Greetings, Guardians. This is Olympus Alliance, and today, we're diving deep into the mysterious inkstorm of Hero Wars, Alliance, because it's time to talk about one of the most unpredictable mages in the game, Folio. He's not just a damage dealer. He's a disruptor. A creator of chaos who spreads confusion and unleashes devastating bursts that can destroy entire teams when used correctly. But to make Folio shine, you need to understand his synergies, how to protect him, and of course, how to bring him down when he's on the other side. Folio thrives when surrounded by heroes who give him time, control, and energy. Somna is one of the strongest companions you can choose. Being part of the Way of Mystery, she boosts Folio's ink copy by 36% across health, magic attack, and penetration, turning that copy into a true weapon. Her crushing artifact increases his damage against low health enemies, and her control abilities, turning enemies into sheep, putting them to sleep, or cutting their armor penetration, all create a perfect stage for Folio to strike. When these two work together, entire enemy lines can fall in a single coordinated attack. Lian offers a similar harmony. Her weapon artifact of magic attack powers up Folio's spells, and her mass sleep lets him cast safely without interruption. When Lian spreads her charm across the battlefield, Folio can release his skills at full power, and the results are usually catastrophic for the opposition. Judge is another quiet but powerful ally. His artifact also raises Folio's magic attack, and his constant stuns and slows give Folio the breathing room he needs. When displacement pushes Folio to the backline, Judge's barrier often lands on him, blocking every form of damage until it breaks, a protective shield that keeps him alive during key rotations. Nebula, the Harmony Master, can turn a normal Folio ultimate into pure annihilation. When timed perfectly, her Equilibrium skill doubles his power just before he casts, while Serenity cleanses negative effects, so no silence or curse can stop him. Her own ultimate drains enemy energy, delaying their retaliation while Folio prepares his attack. Together, they create perfect tempo control. Polaris is another key ally, adding a bit of luck to the chaos. Her magic critical artifact can double Folio's skill damage, and her stuns keep the ink copy safer for longer, which means your team can keep pressuring without fear. In the right setup, this combination creates an endless cycle of control and punishment. Tempus also pairs beautifully with Folio. His time-manipulating abilities slow, freeze, or completely stop enemies, giving Folio a clear window to attack. His artifact raises Folio's magic power, and his passive bonuses increase maximum health, giving the mage extra survivability, something he always needs. When Folio and Tempus work together, time itself seems to turn against the enemy. But power means little without protection. Folio is fragile, and keeping him alive is as important as his damage output. Astaroth remains one of the best guardians for him. His armor artifact shields Folio from physical attacks, his protective barriers absorb dangerous bursts, and his resurrection gives Folio a second chance if he falls too early. Rufus is another fantastic partner, not only because of his defensive stats but also because his shield absorbs magic damage and converts it into healing for the team. For a mage like Folio, that means a safer frontline, and much longer survival. Julius is also invaluable, providing acceleration, healing, and shields. His constant cleansing keeps Folio clear of burns or poison, while his protection from damage over time allows the mage to focus purely on offense. Arachne helps by locking down the enemy front line. Her frequent stuns prevent attackers from ever reaching Folio's clone, giving him time to cast his Ink Blot in peace. When facing heavy magic damage, Isaac is your best friend. His artifact of magic defense creates a natural barrier against opposing mages, while his knockback effects push enemies into tight groups. The more they're clumped, the harder Folio hits, and Isaac makes sure of that. Amira also brings a strong layer of defense. She's part of the Way of Mystery. Her artifact boosts Folio's magic defense, and her genie patronage skill protects him constantly throughout the battle, shielding him from the low-intensity damage that tends to chip away at intelligence heroes. Electra provides another layer of safety. Her blinding ability limits physical attackers, forcing them to miss their strikes, and she raises the team's magic attack, making Folio's spells hit even harder. If his health drops dangerously low, she absorbs part of the damage, often saving his life just before he unleashes his next ultimate. With support like this, Folio becomes a nightmare, impossible to pin down and devastating when left alone. Still, every hero has weaknesses, and understanding how to counter him is just as important. Folio is an intelligence-based mage who relies on casting time and positioning. If you disrupt his flow or block his damage, his entire kit collapses. Satori is one of his most efficient counters. Since Folio and his ink copy constantly gain energy, Satori can mark him easily and destroy him with one precise ultimate. Cornelius remains the old-school mage killer. If his armor penetration surpasses Folio's armor, one cast of heavy wisdom is enough to end the fight. Rufus also completely negates him. His massive shield absorbs Folio's magic and turns it into healing for his allies. Unless Folio can somehow break through that barrier fast, all his energy simply fuels the opponent's recovery. Amira is another dangerous matchup. Her careless wish can one-shot Folio if he's caught mid-cast, and her artifact's magic defense protects her from his retaliation. Soleil can also be surprisingly effective. If Folio stands in the third position of the enemy formation, Soleil's skill triggers extra damage on him each time he casts, and the reflection from control effects can easily finish him. Finally, Faceless provides one of the simplest yet most reliable tools, Powerful Throw. By knocking Folio backward, he breaks the mage's rhythm, giving the team a crucial tempo advantage. With Faceless's magic penetration artifact reducing Folio's defenses to nothing, one follow-up from any damage dealer can close the match. Folio represents everything chaotic about the Way of Mystery, unpredictable, explosive, and brilliant when handled correctly. He rewards patience, precision, and synergy, but punishes reckless play. With the right allies, he's a walking catastrophe. Against the right counters, he can vanish before his ink even hits the ground. So, Guardians, how are you building your Folio? Do you run him alongside Somna, Lian, and Nebula for maximum control, or do you mix him with Tempest and Polaris for rhythm and timing? Share your team setups and results in the comments. I'd love to see how far you can push this hero's potential. And as always, if this guide helped you master another side of Hero Wars Alliance, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell to stay ahead of every update. Stay tuned, stay sharp, and as always, salute and friendship.